What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? It's your old pal Shanksy, and welcome to my roster reviews, where we review yours. Well, maybe not yours, but somebody's roster that has asked for it, and we check out what they're farming, how they're looking at the moment, and what they're working towards, and see if there's anything I can do to help them out, give them any advice or anything like that, and hopefully help you guys out at the same time. Now, these are really good to see, A, where they stand, B, how much money they've spent, and C, compare that to your roster and see where you equate to as well in the grand scheme of the big old world of Marvel Strike Force. Now, if you are interested in getting your roster reviewed, there is a link down below to my Discord. All the information is in there. Unfortunately, I've had to add a small charge to the service because they do take quite a lot of time. So if you are interested, jump in the Discord and drop me a DM. I look forward to hearing from you. But without further ado, let's get into it. Yo, what's happening, boys and girls? Right, today's roster is a really special one for me. I'm doing this for a very, very, very good friend of mine, Mr. Unkle Judy, who's been a member of my Twitch community for forever and a day. He's an absolute top bloke, long-time sub. And yeah, really, really excited about doing this roster review for him. He's been playing the game now about 133 days, spent roughly about $50 on it, and in that time has amassed a collection power of 816,000, with his strongest team power being 158,000. War MVP one time, part of the Yellow Dragon Alliance. All-time arena rank 149th, latest arena rank is 263, and his latest bliss rank was, there's a big old number, so let's not worry about it. So yeah, double excited about doing this for him. He's also a Twitch streamer as well, guys. So I'm going to put his links down below if you want to go check his content out. You know, check him out, hit that follow button. You know it makes sense. Show him some love, baby. So we're going to get into this, and I do believe this is the earliest into a roster review we've actually seen. So I'm pretty damn excited about this one. Right, going into it straight away, top of the shop, we've got Gamora at 34k, 4 red stars on a level 66, looking pretty damn spicy there. Luke Cage at 32k, 5 stars on him. We've got Rocket Raccoon at 32k as well, very nice indeed. He's a 5-star Punisher at 29k, Groot at 25k, Iron Fist at 25, Drax at 24.5, Mantis at 24, Daredevil at 23, Jessica Jones at 22. Then we're going down to Minerva. I love it. He's already got it. This really, really funny story about Minerva, right? He was actually in my Twitch channel, and he was like, "Oh, Shanksy, tell Fox Next to make Minerva available again." I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'll do that for you, pal." The very next day, it was available. You know, not saying I hook people up or anything, but he's got Minerva. Mordo is in there and all. Vulture is at 3-star, 15k. Rhino at 15k. Mysterio at 13k. Green Goblin at 13. Shocker at 13. So the Sinister Six very, very close together there. Loki at near enough 12. Ronan the Accuser at 6. Nobu's favorited as well. So we see an early farm here for Phoenix. I like your style. Then we got Hand Assassin favorited. Kree Royal Guard. Kree Reaper, Kree Cyborg, Kree Oracle, Kree Noble, and then we go to the top of the shop, which is Crossbones. So you know what I'm going to say, guys. You know it. If you've seen a couple of these reviews, probably one too many teams favorited at the moment. It's really important that we try and target focus a little bit, you know. It's no good like going, oh, right, Monday we're going to farm Kree, Tuesday we're going to farm villain mystic controllers, Wednesday we're gonna, because we're never gonna get anywhere, right? At least in my mind, we're never gonna get anywhere. Energy is a really, really, really valuable resource. You've only got so many cracks at the node unless you want to start spending cores, and I really don't recommend spending cores to refresh the node for a very, very, very low chance at actually getting it. So let's try and be a little bit more focused, and at that point then it's really like, right, what are we going for at this point in time? So we've already got a lot of the Guardians up there, right? Got a lot of the Defenders there or thereabouts as well. So there's not a legendary for the Defenders. Wouldn't we all love it? But let's be fair. Let's face facts. Brass tacks. It's never going to happen. So a really, really good point right now would be to carry on focusing on the Guardians straight away. Even though I do love the defenders and all that, the Guardians, no matter what resources you put into them early game, they're going to be viable for a very, very, very long time. Where, unfortunately, and it breaks my heart to say this, the defenders do drop off a little bit. So with your Guardians already being in a pretty good shape, I would literally be pushing them for A, getting Star-Lord at 7-star, B, Fear the Darkness round 1, C, Ultima 6, all that type of good stuff, and literally the Guardians can take control of all of that. If I was going to be farming a secondary team with what we've got, I would probably go for Phoenix. I've got to be honest, she's an incredibly powerful character. You've got the bones of it, you know, we just need to get them up to 6-star. But that is your call. That is, do I want to go for Phoenix, who's going to be an absolute beast forever, or do I want to go Sinister 6, have a very, very easy run at the the villain campaign, have probably an easier time in the arena as well, because you're going to be facing a lot of defenders team, so that all of a sudden the Sinister 6 are going to be able to help you out there, and they're going to be able to unlock your 2 legendaries. So the Sinister 6 have got a lot of pluses to them, but in my opinion Phoenix is the bigger overall plus, but that really is a personal choice on what one you want to go for. So, right, let's have a little look. Top of the shop. Then we go down to Crossbones. We've got Elsa Bloodstone at 19.6, Juggernaut at 19, Wolverine there at 17.1, Elektra at 16. She's level 57 as well. I'd be careful about putting too many additional resources into her. It looks like she's already got a fair few purple abilities on her, a fair few purple bits of gear knocked on her. I would be careful at going too hard on Elektra. She's really not going to be worth it in the long run. At all. You know, compare Elektra to someone like Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is going to go on the Supernatural team, help you through Mystic, all that type of stuff. Elektra's real, like she might help for a little bit on the villain campaign, but honestly, not in a big way at all. Shield Medic is always going to be good to put resources in. Storm, always going to be good to put resources in. Hulk is 50-50. I've got a 6 red star Hulk. I still haven't really gone for him, but I have seen Hulk do some phenomenal things. Agent Coulson is one being blocked by my head at 11k there. Again, always worth putting resources in. Carnage at 8, Spider-Man at 8.6, Yondu there at 7.7. Yondu is one that will really, really help through the villain campaign as well as the Mystic as well. So Yondu's not a bad shout whatsoever. Shield Assault there is one of the core components to the Shield team, so I never feel bad about putting resources into him. Pyro, in my opinion, is one of the best characters in the game and incredibly underrated. Quake at 4 stars there, level 45. This is one thing that I would say, like, Quake deserves to be, or Pyro deserves to be higher than Elektra, like all day long, man. You're going to get so much more benefit out of having a bigger Pyro than a bigger Elektra. You know, the bleed, the AoE damage, the disrupt, all of that type of stuff is going to really, really help you out on multiple games. Quake now with the Inhumans, I genuinely think the Inhumans, once everything comes out in the wash, once all of the characters are out, once all of that stuff's done, I think the Inhumans are going to be better than the X-Men. You've heard it here first. If they're not, I'm going to eat this hat. Don't hold me to that, but I think they're going to be pretty good, all right? I think they're going to be pretty good. So at this point in time, it could be well worth working on the Inhumans. Human Torch there at 6k. We've got the Thing at 5.8, Sabretooth at 5.6, Rescue at 5.4, with War Machine at 5.3, Captain America at 5.3, American Chavez at 5.1, and Mystique at 5.1. Then we go down to Venom. We've got Falcon in there as well. We've got Vision and Iron Man. So literally all of the core for a lot of these teams I'm seeing already. You know, we've already got a Tech Wing there. Sorry, not a Tech Wing. What am I talking about? A Power Armor team. And Power Armor team is going to be huge for you, dude. It's going to do amazing things for you in Raid. It's going to do amazing things for you in Blitz. It's a very good team to work on. Psylocke there at 5. Shield Security at 4.8. 4.7 for Kingpin. Shield Operative at 4.6. Nopula, because nobody needs to farm her, at 4.4, and then Bullseye at 4.2. Then we're going to move across slightly to Miss Marvel. Very, very, very good character. Another one of them characters that brings a lot to a couple of teams. Incredibly, incredibly useful for the hero brawlers, and pretty damn good with the defenders in place of Punisher as and when needed. Ravager Bruiser in there at 4.1. Miles Morales in there at 4. Hawkeye, Deadpool. Hydra Scientist behind me at level 32, Don't take the old Hydra minions too far up, Judy, mate. Doctor Strange in there at 3-5. Namor at 3-3. Gorath the Pursuer at 2-7, with Cable there at 2-6 as well. Moving down to Ant-Man, Night Nurse, Winter Soldier, Heimdall, Okoye, Hand Sentry behind myself at 2,000. Merc Guard at 1938, with Merc Lieutenant at 18, Killmonger at 18, and Hand Sorceress at 16. Then we're going to go down to Hand Archer, Aim Security, Shield Trooper, Boomer, Monstrosity, all the usual suspects coming in down here. Stitcher, Hag, all that type of stuff. Now, it could be worth working on the AIM team a little bit, although you haven't got Scientist Supreme or Graviton. So until you get them two, the AIM team's not really conducive to each other. But once you do get them, it's no stress having your AIM guys already at around level 30, 40, 50, something like that, ready to go, you know. I would definitely not take people like, where is he? Like Ravager Boomer up any higher, Hydra Grenade, Sniper, all that. They're good where they are, leave them be. Ant-Man, yeah, right. Heimdall, again, very, very good. But we need the rest of the Asgardians to really make him decent, you know, like really, really decent. So a lot of the guys down the top, I think a lot of the people that you've got favorited are worth being favorited, worth working on. But let's try and streamline the process a little bit. And at this point, I would say Guardians. All right, Guardians is going to be the big thing for me. Guardians, and then as a backup, Sinister Six, or going for their Mystic Villain controllers or Phoenix, because Phoenix is a beast, like a beast. And that will certainly help you jump up some arena shards without a shadow of a doubt. But let's have a little look at the save squads and see what we're working with and see if we can move anyone around a little bit and help out any more. Right, so top of the shop, we do have the Guardians at 141k power. And you know what? That's a really solid Guardians, man. That is a really solid Guardians. Keep working on them, because once you get Star-Lord is the one that makes the Guardians 10 times stronger than what they already are, you know. What you do 9 times out of 10 is actually drop Gamora out, then you'll move Gamora on over to like the Brawlers team, the Hero Brawlers team, and you've got a really solid Guardians team there. I know you were talking about Thanos earlier and you really wanted to get the BKT, but you know what, in place of Thanos, Drax is going to do absolutely fine as a tank. It's not as effective as BKT, but you can put in, as you've done here, Minerva, moving out Gamora for Star-Lord, and all of a sudden you've got a very effective team that's going to easily allow you to clear all of U6. So that would be my predominantly focus. And then once you start clearing U6 with your alliance on a daily basis, all of a sudden you're going to start being able to bring up your roster quickly. The biggest thing I will say to anyone that is starting up Marvel Strike Force 50 days in, 100 days in, anything like that, find yourself a good alliance. Find yourselves guys that you enjoy playing with, grinding out the raids. Even if you're not hitting what you need to be hitting or like where you want to be, get yourself a good alliance that you can see progress is being made, because it's so important for your roster, guys. I cannot stress it enough. It's so important. Then we go down to the defenders there at 133k. Really solid positioning, like it all. Decent numbers on them as well. If and when you can, maybe take them up a little bit higher, not too much, because as I say, the Guardians need to be the focus at this point in time. And as much as I love the defenders, at this stage of the roster, I feel at this stage of the game, I feel like there's now better teams out there at this stage that you can be working on, that's really going to help you out overall. Sinister Six being one of them, the Brotherhood down here being one of them. If you can get these guys up to 5-star, unlock that Magneto, all of a sudden that is a behemoth. And not being funny, with Magneto and Jugs as well, they also work incredibly well in arena defense. Now, if you put them in arena defense, all of a sudden you might start getting a little bit higher up in the arena every day. That's going to be more cores for free, more arena credits, and you know what, this type of game really favors the strong, you know, like the rich get rich while the poor stay bang in trouble, because like the more free resources that you're getting, the stronger your roster's going to keep on snowballing, and you're going to be able to keep everyone else below you. So definitely looking at that for Magneto is absolutely huge. In all fairness, I would probably Probably make that my number 2 priority, actually. Looking at the team, probably make that my number 2 priority. So Sinister Six, I would like to see them a little bit higher. If we could get them up to about 100k, something like that, that'd be amazing. Keep in mind, at this point, as long as you're increasing their level a little bit, you're going to be getting more blitz points. The more blitz points you get, again, the more the easier it's going to get gold, more character shards, and again, it's that snowball effect. So any progress on your roster at this point in time, don't be afraid. You know, don't be like, oh, I don't know if I want to be putting this into them. You know, as long as it's not like a crazy low minion that's not going to be used anywhere else. For example, I don't know, let's have a little look like back here, like Hydra Sniper. Don't be doing nothing in Hydra Sniper, but as long as we're making progress in the roster, it's all good movement. You know, it's all good movement. Supernatural team with Yondu is a really, really nice touch. I like that team a lot. No qualms there whatsoever. I would like to see Yondu a little bit higher for the damage output, but not being funny, with Elsa in there and Mordo, they put out a fair old amount of damage as well. And hopefully you're going hard at the Ghost Rider Blitz that's on at the moment and try and unlock that bad boy. Then in fact, I know you are actually. We spoke about that earlier. So yeah, then we've got the Brotherhood team. Then we're going down to the X-Men team with Deadpool and Cable in there. Absolutely fine, decent power levels for Wolverine. So he's probably going to carry the team 9 times out of 10. Storm's one of them characters that you can put resources in and never feel bad about because she's an absolute beast. Shield team are going to be absolutely amazing once we get Fury in there. But again, I think at this point we may have more pressing concerns than Fury at this point in time. Then we've got the Spider-Verse, and this is a really cool team. I would probably end up, once your Miss Marvel's a little bit higher, and once you've been able to get some more abilities into her passive, then I would make this into a whole Heroes Brawlers team, probably taking out Carnage and Venom for another team. Then we're going to go down to the hand team, no surprises there, with that big old Elektra. Don't let her get any bigger, though. Don't do it. And then we go down to Quake, running with Captain America, Merc Lieutenant, Hawkeye, and the Hulk. That's a really solid team. I quite like that. And yeah, I think Merc Lieutenant's absolutely perfect there for the offense up. Makes a great deal of sense. This team here is, again, a team that you can always put resources in and never feel bad. I think my Power Armor team recently hit 300k, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving it. It's such a good team. Never feel bad about putting resources into them, guys. If you want to work on one of them in particular, Falcon or War Machine is going to really help carry the team. Falcon is going to be a little bit more useful in many different game modes as a very core component of Tech Wing. So that might not be a bad shout as and when you can. Then we've got the Kree, and the Kree are on 4 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, and 5 stars. So you know what? Not a million miles away from being able to unlock Fury. So again, that is definitely something that we can be keeping an eye on. Hopefully you can get these guys out of orbs and whatnot. But at this stage, probably focusing on the defenders, ready for like you're already ready for Star-Lord. But let's see if we can get up to 6 stars. Let's see if we can get 6-star Star-Lord this time around. That would be absolutely awesome. Or at that point, maybe if you are ready for Star-Lord, maybe let's focus on the Kree and get good for that. As far as what I would be working on, yeah, that's pretty much what I'd be working on, man. I think that's my big thing. Is I'd be boosting my Guardians up as high as I can, man. As high as I can. U6. All of a sudden, once I'm starting clearing U6, or at least getting 60% in U6, all of a sudden, like, gear comes from everywhere. Every day you're getting purple gear, and all of a sudden, then you can start bringing everyone up. And I think that's going to be the biggest priority. So I would really recommend sticking with that Guardians and pushing them, and pushing them. And then start, like, on the backside of that, you know, we've got another team that we're going to work on in the form of either Sinister Six or the Brotherhood. I would recommend the Brotherhood overall, and then Sinister Six. But yeah, that is it from me. Judy, I hope this roster review has helped you. Guys and girls, if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please, let me know down below in the comments, and let Judy know as well. What would you do if you took over this roster right now? What would be your main focus? I'm really intrigued to hear. All right, guys, as always, if you want to talk to me in person, you can find me either in my Discord, links are down below, or on my Twitch channel, which is www.twitch.tv/Shanksy. But until next time, guys, that is all from me. You take it easy.